yesterday or day before yesterday what I have given as assignment? All of you have gone through that or not? All of you have studied? Not getting any answer from anyone. This is our third class, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So please, everyone, please interact with class. Before starting today's class, let me ask some questions. Who will answer? Rudrani. Rudrani, what are the features of operating system? Rudrani, what are the features of operating system? Unmute yourself and speak. Not getting any answer. Who else? Shujoy Nandi. You want to answer? Shujoy Nandi? You want to answer my question? No. Who will answer? Suraj, you will be able to answer.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Ma'am, actually my screen is creating some problem. Ma'am, can I get 5 minutes?
Okay. So till we get answer from Suraj, someone else can try. Emily, you want to try?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the features of operating systems are like security management, process management, storage and memory management.
These are features or these are jobs of operating system. These are different functions of operating system, isn't it? These are different functions which we have already studied. Okay. So how many of you have gone through the assignments and questions I have shared? How many of you have gone through that? Shauradip Kundu, you have seen the questions and assignment which I have shared in the classroom?
No, ma'am. Not yet.
Go through them and try to solve them.
Okay, ma'am.
Because soon I will ask all of you to share the link with me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now it's okay.
Oh, Suraj, yes. Give me the answer, then we will start.
Ma'am, the basic feature of operating system is to one of the main feature which we can say is to give the user interface to the users, and the sub features are all those functions like memory management and security management, giving a platform to users. These are the main features of operating systems as per me.
Okay. These are features, some of these are functions of operating systems. So let us start today's class. I will share my screen. All of you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today, again, operating system class, we will learn about design and implementation of operating system. Before implementation, it is very necessary to understand, before implementing any system, it is very necessary to understand the design of operating. Okay. So how the operating system is designed, after based on that the implementation is being done. So it is very important to understand or carefully design the operating system. If there is a problem in design, then the working of the operating system will not be considered as good. An operating system is a construct that allows the user application programs to interact with the system hardware. Operating system by itself does not provide any functions, but it provides an atmosphere in which different applications and programs can do useful work. Because the programs can do useful work. So we can say different applications are working in operating system. There are many problems that can occur while designing and implementing an operating system. These are the main features of design process. What are before going into the slide, let me make certain things clear that there are some operating system
Hello. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. You are not audible.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, I have done.
So I think all of you are not able to listen what I have explained. So I will start from this point. Were you able to hear anything? No. You all were not able to hear anything. So this is our operating systems third class, and we will learn about design and implementation of operating system. It is quite complicated to define all goals and specifications of operating system while designing it. The design changes based on the type of operating system. That is, if it is a batch system, then we have if it is batch system, then we have different kind of design. If it is time shared system, then the principle of designing is different. If it is single user system, multi-user system, distributed system, based on this type, the design of operating system differs. What are the two goals of operating system? Before looking into the slide, we must learn that what are the design goals. There are two viewpoints of looking into the goal. One is user goal, another is system goal. So in user goal, the operating system should be convenient, easy to use, reliable, safe, and fast according to the user. They should be reliable and fast, because it cannot happen that user submits a process and then then a lot of time is being taken in processing. Then the user will not like. So everyone wants the CPU to give quick response. What is now and second goal? One is user goal and another goal is system goal. These, why I am discussing these goals? Because these are considered as design goals. The operating system should be easy to design, implement, and maintain. These are specifications required by those who create, maintain, and operate the operating system. But there is no specific method to achieve these goals as well. So, let's start operating system services. I will request all of you to go through the book Galvin Silver's. Even free ebook is also available in the site, in website or in web. Just download that free ebook so that it will be easier for you to learn operating system. I think books are being arranged from college, isn't it? Some buses, mobile bus is going, and all of you will be able to take books from them. Emily, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. For now, in Nodia and Howrah only.
Okay. One set of operating system services provides functions that are helpful to users. That means, actually, what is the main aim of operating system? It is to provide services which enables the user to work efficiently. User interface. Almost all operating systems have a user interface, and it varies between CLI and GUI or batch. What is CLI? Does anyone have any idea? CLI? CLI interface and example of CLI interface.
Command line interface.
Yes, command line interface. Example of command line interface. DOS. Very good. Now,
MS.
yes, MS-DOS. What is the example of GUI interface? I think everyone knows that. What is the example of GUI interface? GUI interface, one example. Ankita Roy, roll number 25. Will you answer? No. Emily, you wanted to answer? Or anybody else? Come on, fast. Yes, Emily.
Ma'am, Windows.
Windows.
From GUI to Windows.
Windows. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Mac OS.
Mac OS, Android also. See,
Yes, ma'am.
CLI where you need to write where the user need to write the command to interact with the system, and GUI where a graphical user interface, it means the user is able to work with a click of a mouse. It makes the GUI makes the working of the user very easy. In earlier days, when we were students like you, when we used to do Unix programming, then that interface was also CLI. VI editor was installed and we used to work on that. So it was total CLI interface. There was no GUI interface. But nowadays, Linux has come and that is GUI. Like in PNQ lab, Ubuntu Linux is installed, and I think all of you have used it in that lab. Now, program execution. The system must be able to load a program into memory and to run that program and execution either normally or abnormally, indicating error. That means one of the operating system services program execution. It means the the system is able to load program and it ensures that the program works normally, or maybe if there is any interrupt or there is any problem, then it stops working. That means there is abnormal termination indicating error. IO operations, a running program may require input-output, which may involve a file or an IO device. File system manipulation. The file system is of particular interest. Programs need to read and write files and directories, create and delete them, search them, list file information, permission management. These are several functions of file system manipulation. So, whenever the design or implementation of operating system is done, these points are kept in mind, or these are the factors on which decides the design of operating system. The operating system needs to be implemented after it is designed. Earlier operating systems were written in assembly language, but now high-level languages are used. The first system not written in assembly language was master computer program. It was the first one which is not written in assembly language. In earlier days, the assembly language programming was done. So there is no specific way to design an operating system, as it is highly creative task. It is one of the creative tasks. However, there are several ways, or there are general software principles that are applicable to all operating system, like a subtle difference between mechanism and policy is that one is mechanism, another is policy. What is that? Mechanism shows how to do something and policy shows what to do. Policies may change over time, and this would lead to changes in mechanism. So it is better to have a general mechanism that would require few changes even when a policy change occurs. So one set of operating system services provides functions that are helpful to user. Communications. Processes may exchange information on the same computer or between computers over a network. Communications may be via shared memory or through message passing, like packet moved by operating system. Error detection. Operating system needs to be constantly aware of possible errors. Error detection is one of the service which is provided by operating system. What are the types? It may occur in CPU and memory hardware, in IO devices, in user program. So operating system needs to identify that error. For each type of error, operating system should take the appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing. That is very important. Debugging facilities can greatly enhance the users and programmers' ability to efficiently use the system. If there is any error in program, then debugging needs to be done. So, what is the purpose of debugging? Debugging facilities greatly enhance the users and programmers' ability to efficiently use the system. Another set of operating system functions exist for ensuring the efficient operation of the system itself via resource sharing. Resource allocation. When multiple users or multiple jobs running concurrently, resources must be allocated to each of them. What is resource allocation? Suppose in a network, there are several machines and all the machines place a request for assigning or for using printer. There are 5 processes that want to use the printer at the same time. Now it is the job of operating system to design that which resource or which process will use printer and for how much time. So the priority of the process, the usage time, each and everything needs to be decided by the operating system itself. Accounting, to keep track of which users use how much and what kind of computer resources. This is known as accounting. Protection and security. The owners of information stored in a multi-user or network computer system may want to control use of that information. Concurrent processes should not interfere with each other. This is, can anyone explain what is concurrent process? What is concurrent process? No one is ready to answer. I have to ask. Neha Shah, do you know what is concurrent process?
No, ma'am.
Rudrani Datta, do you know what is concurrent process?
No, ma'am.
Anybody knows what is concurrent process?
Ma'am, it is a computing model to execute a better performance of a computer, something like that.
No.
Some kind of multiple processes, multiple processes existing at a time.
On multiple processors, you are talking about hardware. The same concept if we talk about software. Suppose there are different processes that are working together, then that is called concurrency. Okay. So concurrency can be defined as several processes when they are executing at the same time on same files, then they are called concurrent. The meaning of the word concurrent means together or at the same time. So concurrent process means when more than one processes are working or more than one jobs, multiple jobs are working concurrently. That is the meaning of concurrency. And there is a whole topic, concurrency control, which is very important because when all the processes are working at the same time, then it is necessary to manage all of this process, to schedule those process, to allocate priority to one of the process. Those are important. Accounting, protection and security. These are different points which are important. What I will do, I will share all these PowerPoint presentations from which I am teaching. They are uploaded in my YouTube channel. So what I will do, I will give the link from tomorrow onwards, before the class, I will share the link of my YouTube channel of each and every lecture. Suppose in the next class, I will teach lecture 4. So I will upload the YouTube link of lecture 4. All of you try to listen to that lecture before attending my class. Types of system call. These are the functions: process control, file management, device management, information maintenance, and communication. These are different types of system call through which the operating system manage to work. This is the view of operating system services. All of you can able to see that view. I think there is system. First of all, user and other system programs are at one end. Then what are those programs? GUI, batch, and command line programs. These are the user interfaces. Then there are system calls and program executions, IO operation, file system, communication, resource allocation, and accounting. These are the different services: error detection, protection, and security. These are different services provided by operating system. User operating system interface, GUI. GUI means, suppose we are usually using mouse, keyboard, monitors, then icons are there. By clicking an icon, we can start working on that program. Also, there is an option called folders. Folders provide several information that how many files are there, and with the click of the file, the contents of the folders open. So these are the different operating system interface which uses the GUI interface. Many systems now include both CLI and GUI interface. I think in Windows operating system also, if you want to work in CLI, you can do that. So Microsoft Windows is GUI with CLI command shell. So different types of shells are there. Basically shells, different types of shells are present in Unix. But in Windows also, if someone wants to work on shell, then they can do, or with the help of command line interface, they can work. This is the steps of program executions: loading a program into memory, execution of program, handling programs execution, providing a mechanism for process synchronization, for process communication, and for handling deadlines. IO operations. These are different IO operations which are there. Operating system provides the access to required IO device whenever required. These are different operating system operations. An operating system manages the communication between user and device driver. File system manipulation. A file system is normally organized into directories for easy navigation and usage. These directories contain file and other directions. So some of the major activities of operating system with respect to file management are: the program needs to read a file or write a file. The operating system gives the permission to program for operations on file. Then operating system provides interface for creating directories, files, for backing up the system. All these are done with the help of a service provided by operating system. Communication. When there are more than one process present, then those processes can communicate with one another. Both the processes can be on one computer or they can be on another computers also. Communications may be implemented by two methods, either by shared memory or by message passing. Shared memory means more than one processors are sharing the same memory area, and message passing is when the more than one process, they communicate each other with the help of message passing. Error handling. Error can occur anytime and anywhere. An error may occur in CPU, in I/O devices, in memory hardware. These are the major activities of operating system. Operating system constantly checks for possible error. Operating system takes an appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing. Consistent computing means where the result is correct. It should not be reflected in an incorrect manner. Resource management. In case of multi-user or multitasking environment, resources such as main memory, CPU cycles, and file storage are to be allocated to each user or job. So these are the major activities of operating system. It manages all kinds of resources, and CPU scheduling is being done. There are different CPU scheduling algorithms which are executed. Now we come to protection. Protection is one of the important features. Each and every user wants their machine or their device or their operating system to keep protected from unwanted users. Considering a computer system having multiple users and concurrent execution of multiple processes, protection is required for each and every machine. That's all for today. I think the ideas are clear to your mind. If not, then all of you can share. If any questions, all of you can ask, or in WhatsApp group, you can ask those questions. Is it okay? I think everyone has understood since I am not getting any response from anybody. So I am ending the meeting.
Hmm.